We're going to take you through setting up the BG 180 convertible hand press, the stand, and the pedal system. So you can buy them separately. You can get just the stand to go along with the hand press, or you can get the full set where you're getting the pedal system that attaches to the stand and the hand press. So we're going to begin here with the stand, and we're going to begin assembling from the base up. So let's go. We're going to start with the stand base. Now here's the base platform, and it comes with just about all the tools that you need, and of course all the screws. So take the stand base, and we're going to take stand post. Numbers are going to go forward. So I've got this leveling pin in the back. That's going to slide in there. Now we're going to take the 4 big screws. I put the washers on here already. And these are going to come in from each side. I'll lift it up just a little bit. Make sure you got it in there. I'm going to set these a little bit. All right, take your big Allen key. This one was a little stiff, so you want to get this in here really, really tight. So work your way back around and tighten them all up. So if you're installing just the stand, the next step would be installing a top post here. But if you're doing the pedal system, we're not going to do this yet because this all has to come over this bottom post. But let me show you if you're doing just the stand. So this has got a little bit of an overhang here. And this has got a larger hole. Let me show you. These are smaller holes. These are the larger holes. This is going to come down on the front, and you got the numbers here. So 5 settings. This is for height. So 5 being the tallest, and this is going to align with the kick press once we get there. So that we're going to set the height correctly. So we want to set a level 5. Use the bottom hole here. It's going to come through. And that's going to sit flush, and then we're going to take the washer and the nut around back and tighten that up. So that's if we're doing just the stand. Now we're going to move into the pedal system. All right, next I'm going to show you how to attach this bar to the pedal. Now this may come attached, but just in case you disassemble, I want to show you how it works. So a couple pieces here. So I'm going to begin. This will come through here, through the rod, and then through the next plastic washer. Nice snug fit. Okay, once we get this through, and take your other screw and washer and tighten that right in. Now, not too tight. You need a little bit of play here. Okay, so that feels pretty good. Okay. Next, we are going to put this over the top, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Let me grab our 2 triangular plates. All right, so you got 2 sides to these. So one shows the metal washer. That is going to be on the outside. All right, so I'm going to turn this just so we can see here. So we're going to take one of these larger bolts or screws, and this is going to come in this side. This has got the flush side or the counter set side. This does not. So this is going to come in through here. Going to pop out the other side. And so this side, we're going to screw this right on here. Okay, you can let that hang. Too small. There it is. Okay. Tighten that up. Not too tight. A little snug so we can lift that. Too much there. Back it off. Take the other long screw. Thread that through. Okay. All right. Come back to this one. All right. So we are set. Got our 2 triangle wings ready for the next step. All right, so we spun this stand around, so now you've got the pedal facing me. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach the pedal to this side wing. So we're gonna take this part here, thread it through. You're gonna push it through, so you've got about 1 millimeter or so sticking out on either side. Next, we're gonna take one of the screws and one of the washers. So you can do this by yourself, but if you've got it, I do recommend using some help. So we've got some help here. So after we bring this up, it is helpful if you have somebody hold it. So that's going to screw in there. Okay, not too tight. So we have to come back to the other side. Get the other side screwed in as well. So then I'm going to tighten that down too. All right, so that is snug. Next, we're going to take this and we're going to thread it through 2 screws and washers. So I'm going to bring that up just a hair so I can fit that in there. All right, push it in a bit. So you've got these 2 plastic washers. Those are going to sit just there on either end. Okay, and then we're going to kiss this over the top and get these 2 screws in. All right, and we're going to tighten those down nice and tight. Okay, next. Okay. All right, so we've got the pedal system installed. So next, we're going to take the top post and install it on the base post. So there is a front, there's one part that does overhang a little bit further. That'll go to the front. There's also, these are the bigger countersink holes. So that'll go on the front. It'll slide right down. And we're going to take the large screw. We're going to set it to number 5. That's not pretty tall. That's going to come in through here and out the other side. Okay. So let me spin this for you. So the washer, and the nut. All right, so I'm going to hold this here and tighten this down. All right. So what you'll see, you got that on the back, and the front side, this is flush. So the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to install the table on top. Now we've already installed the accessory tray holder. You can see here this is screwed on through the base. So that goes there. So this sits up on here, and we're going to take our 4 screws. Now you got to be careful with this part because it is a little wobbly. I'm going to take the press, and the press is going to sit right here on top. There goes one of the screws. All right, so this goes through and through and through. So we're going to tighten these all down. All right, so tighten this nice and snug. All right, so we are assembled here. So if you're doing just the tabletop without the kick press pedal system, we're done. But we're going to take it to the next step. We are going to install the pedal system complete. So to begin, I am going to get the lever off. Now, safety, you've got to use this. This inserts just there. Otherwise, this thing can shoot up and down on you. So we're going to unscrew, and remove. All right. Now, we're going to leave that there for just a moment. The next step we're going to show you is we're going to take the arm. All right, so we've spun this around so you can see. We'll take the long arm, and this is going to come over the top. Now, we've already set the front to number 5, if you remember. So this needs to align to the number 5 as well. So this is going to come down, and there's a screw hole right here at number 5. So we're going to take one of our screws, thread it through, Now these screws do have that plastic silicone washer, so if you've got a number 13 wrench, this will help in this case. I have the Allen key, and we're going to hold this down and tighten this right up. All right, take the next one, and that is going to come through the other hole. Do it the same way. Right through, and take your wrench and tighten that right down next. All right, so that's nice and tight. And then the next part, you're going to take the little screw and nut, and that is going to go here. So this is for the spring. The spring's going to attach to this. So there's a top and a bottom. So over time, you can move it down to the bottom hole if you want to add a little bit more pressure to the spring. All right, so that is on. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add this lever inside of there. So we're going to take this off, put this in the accessory tray on the stand, and this is going to fit right in. You've got your safety key in there, make sure it stays there, and that's going to go right in. We're flush, and we're going to tighten this down. Okay. So now we can take the safety key out. Now we're going to install the spring. So this is going to go, I prefer to attach it here first. That's going to hook up and under. You're going to bring this up, and this is going to go onto the back bar. Let me spin this around so that you can see. So there's the back bar inside of the press, and that's where the top of the spring is going to attach to. So, should be functioning. So we are installed. Let me just show you a couple of other things before we finish out. So installation to the floor, we've got a couple things. The leveling pin, so this, if you've got an uneven floor, this is going to allow you to level, so you're nice and flush to the ground, so you're not going to be wobbling. We also send you with 2 mounting screws, so if you want to drill this into cement and secure it that way, these 2 mounting screws come along with it. You can also screw right through into a wood base if you've made one of those as well. And as we had mentioned, if you want to adjust this, so this is for me, I'm 6'4", I'm tall, so this is a perfect height for me. If you want to install, or rather sit, you can bring this down to level 1, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5. And you have to adjust the back bar as well to match that number, and then you can turn this into a sitting foot press. So, those are the instructions for taking this from a press to a stand to a pedal system.